Alrighty, this is an answer for you, number 2. I'll give you the background in a moment. But I gotta tell you, it's awesome being back to the pool. I swear to God, I've probably lost 2 kilos already. I've been losing weight for a little while now. I made up my mind about some things. But I feel like a totally different guy. Honest to God. So, an answer for you. You remember I sent out that email. I just wanted to know what's your biggest, what's your number one problem with manifesting right now? I stopped counting at 299 replies. Now that's out of a pretty big email list. It's not, but still 299, 5 minutes per. That's like 1,500 minutes. That's like, I did the exact math. If it averages to 5 minutes per thing, I've got 24 hours of typing and reading in front of me. This is a challenge, guys. Fortunately, a couple years ago, I started thinking in terms of systems. What I learned being a Forex trader was to think in terms of compounding. In other words, I don't do something for a payment once. I do something that has massive impact. Right? I take my winnings and invest them so that the winnings earn more winnings. So, always be investing. I just did a podcast on that. You might want to listen to it. But I'm wrapping my head around a couple things right now. I feel like I'm reinventing myself again. And that's pretty exciting because for even though we've been like, and when I say reinventing myself, here's the thing. I don't mean going from bad to good. Even though that's really impossible. And there are some, and we all have bad episodes. Right? I mean, Friends, Seinfeld, those were on TV for years, and there were just a few episodes that just sucked. That doesn't mean the whole series sucked. That just means there were a few bad episodes. Or let's say a few bad moments in an episode. You see, you're in charge of a few things. And I'm going to tell you something. I used to be a great employee. I couldn't be a great employee now if I tried. Because as a great employee, I had to do the job the way they wanted me to. To be a great employee, I always showed up early and stayed late. To be a great employee, I'd go the extra mile doing their bullshit. To be a great employee, I had a normal name and a haircut. To be a great employee, I'd rush to get the car serviced on the weekend because having a reliable piece of transportation to be one out of the 2 people working in my household was important. 2 cars, 2 people, 2 jobs, 2 people that don't see each other all that much. I was good at that gig. I was good at pushing. I was good at hustle. I was also good at getting depressed and angry when things didn't go my way. So let's call that reinventing number 1. Right? I reinvented myself from that a long time ago. Number 2. I feel like I'm reinventing myself now, going to another higher level of stuff, of goodies. A couple years ago, we put out Dream Driven Day. Yeah, let's do a crass commercial. Join us. Right? Go look at the posts. You can see there are Dream Driven Dayers out there, and then there's other people. And I'm drawing a line in the sand because this is important. If your dreads or distractions are filling up your day, you're not driving the bus. The number one argument I've heard from people about getting a dream-driven day is the money, until they realize the real argument is doubt. They honestly doubt it's going to make a difference because nothing else ever has. Here's what I'm noticing on the emails. Those who are stuck are adding in what doesn't matter and leaving out what does. And it could be something like, I always joke about adding in affirmations, right? You know, they feel good. God, a guy sent me his book to review. He did all the research for me because I woke up one day and I went, why do people love affirmations? Because I have people that are so stuck that are doing silly things like affirmations, vision boards, scripting, It feels good when I write everything down. Radio. It feels good. It doesn't mean... See, I enjoy smoking a cigar, drinking whiskey, playing cards with my wife. That doesn't manifest anything. Those are symptoms. Because I've imagined up a great day, I have cigars to smoke. But the cigars I smoke in Australia would cost me about $12 in the US. They'd cost me about $110 here now. We call that taxes. Meanwhile, in all seriousness, I import them. I pay about $45, $50 a smoke. Right? I don't mind because I've reinvented myself. I guess what I'm saying here, as I wiggle into this one, there's a part of me that wants to answer every single email, and I may get around to it. And there's a part of me that knows, you know what, I have to nail this for impact, because having 300 emails at 5 minutes per email, reading and writing, that's pretty reasonable. Again, some will take 2 minutes, some will take 10. Right? The 10-minute ones I may never get around to, because when somebody sends me 4 freaking pages, it's like, right, I can get 10 done or 1 done. I'm probably going to go for 10. You get the attitude. That's called always be investing. What's the best investment I have? Changing the lives of 10 people. What's the worst investment I got? Spending 15 minutes trying to figure out what are they trying to get to. And I will write those people back sooner or later with, hey, can you drill it down? 3 sentences, man. Come on, help me help you. You're hypnotized. See, the emails that are too long, the emails that are too short, just tell me you're hypnotized by something. It's not really this, it's something about that. What does that even mean? I'll ask, tell me a little more. And then there's the 4-pagers. It's like, I don't need to know about your puppy's name. When you were 6, living with your mother's step-uncle in that little town in Nebraska, or the population of it. I want to know, what about now? So the person I am got me to where I chose to be. I want you to take pride in who you've been. Because who you've been got you this far. I can remember back in the old days, I got started on the internet selling cassette tapes, right? And VHS video. Because I could buy recorders and copy things, right? So I'd make a video showing people how to punch, teaching them about some NLP stuff. This is back in the late 90s, 2000, 2002. And I'm having some fun. I started with cassette tapes because that was easy. I could just talk into a little... Man, can you imagine how crap that would be now, the sound quality? What a hoot. Anyway, I made my first product was like 6 hours of Native American teachings. My second was an NLP thing. And I sold them in little packs of 6 cassettes. I was real big on, like, nothing should be more than 6 hours, right? I don't even go that far anymore. But here's the thing. Speed. So I got to where I was using that technology. And I resisted going digital. I resisted going to DVDs. And here's what got me. A guy in England saying, I will buy everything you make, but I'm retiring my VHS video recorder now. I've got one. I can play what you make, right? I can play your region, but you've got to go DVD. And when he said he will buy everything that I ever make, but it's got to be on DVD, I went that way. I bought DVD and CD burners. In other words, I upgraded. I changed what I did. I adopted better technology. I made some investments. And then there's the thing where time goes on. I'm getting emails saying, hey, instant download, man. Nobody wants to wait 4 days to get their shit. And I resisted that because I had something that worked. VHS video, that worked. I could put the master in. I could make 6 copies. Just hit the buttons. And out they come. 6 hours later, I've got copies. Right? DVDs, man, I could burn them in 30 minutes. I had a 20% failure rate. And then I found this thing called mass production. Did that. I'd send it away, order 100 copies, then come back certified good, and they were. They looked professional. They were professional. And then I upgraded to digital. And now here we are, shit, man, I can give away for free what most people charge for. I can give away for free what you couldn't get, what you couldn't pay for before with instant downloads, with podcasting. But I seem to digress, but I'm not. You want to get to where you're going, you got to change where you're driving. Maybe you got to change what you're driving. So affirmations feel good. So the guy writes the book. I imagine finding out, doing some research, discovering why do people fight with me about this. You're stuck, dude, and you're fighting with me about it? Stop riding on a unicycle. Get into a sports car. And here's what happens. Right? The guy writes the books. He says, will you review it? I said, I'm busy, but I like your style, so I'll review it. And I went through and I gave him a good review. I didn't agree with the contents because he was for affirmations. And he explained why. He explained that, and I took the research. I've got it around here somewhere. But he explained that when you do affirmations, the feel-good centers in your brain light up, and that's why they work. And I said, well, when I smoke a cigar, the feel-good centers of my brain light up. When we watched Ozark last night, the feel-good centers of my brain lit up, but it doesn't manifest anything. What manifests is you using the tools. The tools teach you the principles. Once you get the principles, you don't throw out the tools. You discover that you can do them so easy and so fast. So let's give you the little bit of free bit. You're going to hear me talk about this a lot. Joseph Goddard. Before I get out of bed, I nail 5 to 10, 6 to 12 specific events of today already having gone my way. I've got 2 phone calls today, right? One with a remarkable team member, somebody who's done Triple E that's doing our Advanced Remarkable. The other one with another fella. And here's the deal. I've already imagined my experience of how great the calls went. I've already imagined them satisfied, walking away going, I got gold. Now run with it. I've imagined a podcast that changed lives. How do I do that? I simply experience the feeling I would feel, the experience I would experience reading your emails. I got one today, day 3, manifestingmasterycourse.com. Hey, 20 here's the answers to the quick questions. And I signed up because of the podcast. See, I imagine that I get that email almost every day. Maybe you'll send it to me. Can you imagine doing that? See, you get to change what you're imagining. So I got a guy, totally broke. He tells me I have no money for anything, not even lunch. And I said, well, you're probably going to starve unless you imagine up lunch. But here's what I want you to do. I want you to imagine sending me the answers. How does it feel sending me the answers to the day 3 questions of manifestingmasterycourse.com? And he goes, cool, what are the questions? And I said, I'm not telling you. But I want you to feel the click of the mouse and feel what you would feel if you sent me those. 3 weeks later, he's in the course. 3 weeks later, he's got discretionary income. He didn't imagine up the bank statement. He didn't imagine up his mother-in-law's cousin congratulating him on being a millionaire. He didn't try to win the lottery first. He imagined what would imply his wish fulfilled. And that was to have money that he could spend. That would be being an investor. It always comes back to you. So if he had money, he'd be an investor. What would he invest in himself? What did he invest in? ManifestingMasteryCourse.com. Yet this is more than just a sales spill. This is how it works. He didn't do affirmations. He didn't endlessly try to impress his subconscious mind. Good Lord. Neville dropped talking about that when everybody added all the baggage to it. He dove in, and that's what I want you to do. So here's the challenge. I got 30 seconds. I'll do the challenge on the next one. All right, go listen to number 3. I'll put it up as soon as I can. Oh, yeah, okay, ready? DreamDrivenDay.com, ManifestingMasteryCourse.com. Crash commercial's over. Got to go. This only gives me 15 minutes. See ya.